with the voting and how we can engage and why in this tumultuous political time that is very important to engage. So today, we're not just here to celebrate Juneteenth, not as a day in history, but as a declaration of resilience, faith, and Juneteenth reminds us that the final answer. Because generations before us organized, sacrificed, persevered, that's why Juneteenth is not a celebration of what happened. It's a call to action for what must happen next. Because freedom is not a destination, freedom is a responsibility. Freedom is not something we inherit and place on. Freedom is something we exercise and expand. The truth is that our ancestors did not fight simply so we could be free from chains. They fought so we could have power. Power over our lives, power over our communities, and power over our future. And one of the greatest ways is through our vote. Would y'all agree with that? Well, y'all kind of quiet out there. This is Juneteenth. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at right now. Listen, voting is not just a civic duty. Voting is an act of freedom. Voting is an act of hope. Voting is an act of resistance against those who would rather our voices be silent. They're silence me right now, y'all, but I ain't gonna let it happen. Because I'm the woman for the job. Every generation has had to fight for democracy in its own way. There were those who fought slavery, who fought segregation, those who endured intimidation, violence, and injustice for the simple right to pass a. They did not sacrifice so we can sit on the sidelines. Y'all hear me? They did not sacrifice so we can sit on the sidelines. I know there's some uncertain times, but this is not the time for black people to say we're going to sit this one out. It's not the time for that. They did not bleed so we can become disconnected from the process because we don't trust the system. But the only way we're going to change the system is that we vote and be a part of the legislative process. That's right. That's right. They did not die so we can convince ourselves that our vote does not matter. Listen, y'all, if our vote didn't matter, I wouldn't be the first black woman to represent South Carolina in House District 17 if our vote didn't matter. Because they believe our voices matter.
and Senator Extra. They've been talking about voting. If you're looking to vote, we have the booth over there. The League of Women Voters is here to help you register. Okay? Now, Miss Jen, come on up here and people. Y'all give it up for Jen.
So we're going to introduce this literacy corner, y'all. We were waiting for them. I told you 3 o'clock sharp, and I was worried about that. Something happened. Wasn't it's beat out, and they're here now. So we have Heather. I asked her if you were literacy, flying folks out and trying to do the big. We got people right here in town that don't say nothing. We got doctors, we got lawyers, we got people that know Colorado Springs. Some came down for dinner. We said that. But the main thing is Terry together is a good vibe on the stage together. They're 2 hostesses with the mostesses, and I'm gonna bring you guys hear what they have to say. They're gonna bring these authors up here, and just to let you know, they have their tables. You can buy the books today. They're on site. They have Amazon codes, links. You guys get those books today. So you welcome, Terry and Heather. All right, y'all. We got a song for real. Next.
What's up, Colorado Springs? Yeah, yeah. From the rivers to the plains, from the mountains to the sea. All right, TJ,
All right. How everybody like that song?
What's
How's it Yeah. I also like to give it one more time. They did. I don't know how none of this is going to top what they did, but they really rocked it.
If you have a black Jeep 4x4 tag number DP, you're blocking somebody in, they need to get out. Could you please go move the vehicle? For DP and DC. thought.
Yes, each of you guys have 3 minutes. Introduce yourself.
I'm started. How y'all doing this evening? If we up here giving energy, I give energy back. So let me say this again. How y'all doing? Yeah, see that's the energy I was. Hi guys, my name is. I'm the founder of Nutrition. Actually, is a concept that came to me when I was younger. I saw my family all this getting better. So in that, I was like, there has to be a better way to do this. Because I was a cardiac nurse and I was a medical nurse. And in that practice, I realized it's not designed to help people, it's here to help people. I decided to do that. So I've been years, and I've also learned that a body does not lie, but our food does. And this is the reason why I created How Much Longer Will I Lie to Myself? I know each person in this room feels something different when we eat our food. Come on, y'all. Oh, no, let's be real. I don't know about y'all, but I was scared when I used to eat watermelon was gonna grow in my stomach. But them kids don't even know what that's like anymore today because there is no season there. So this book is designed to be able to help you connect back to yourself. Because a lot of us are dysregulated by our food. A lot of us don't even know why we're eating. And that's the reason why Nutrition is here, because I'm ready to have a conversation. Because while we're here eating and we deserve to build
For you, one advice that you can give somebody today, one thing that helps change somebody's life.
read your food. What it says on the front is not what it means.
All right, thank you.
For those that need to hear me, read your food labels. Let me say it again, y'all. Read your food labels. Because what healthy means on those labels is not what's actually going into your body.
You just shut down all the stores. Y'all better start.
Okay, hey, I'm Kyrie. I am extremely nervous to be up here. I am the founder of KR Square Collective. It is just a company that helps women heal from our traumas. I wrote 3 self-healing workbooks, and it talks about the mother wound, the father wound, and how to get back to yourself, dealing with relationships. And yeah,
That's all you gotta say.
I'm nervous.
That's it.
I'm nervous. So my books came from my own journey, healing, and I wrote material that I wish I had while I was going through this. Tell somebody they can do to help themselves out through this trauma that they go through. Just to know that the current place that you are, that is not the finish line.
Say it again for the
Are in the current trials or storms and tribulations that you are facing, that is not the end of your story.
Ain't that the truth?
It gets better.
Come on in. Next.
Can you hear me?
All right. When Stanley, the CEO of a manufacturing company, he was new, and he contacted me, and the reason he contacted me is the business was losing money, they had a toxic culture of blame, and good people were leaving because of the poor morale. So we got working together, and as we worked together, they figured out what are our values. They started living those values. They also identified what is their creative advantage in the marketplace. And they started using that. They developed their people, their creative executive leadership team that was enterprise focused, and they created a culture that was positive, profitable, and a success culture. Now, the results they got, they made money, they had clients who loved them and were repeat clients, Wilson Starks, the president and CEO of Trends Leadership Incorporated. And for more than 30 years, we have been facilitating this level of success for other clients who are like Stanley. Now, this is my book, Lead Yourself First, the Senior Leader's Guide to Engaging Your People for Greater Performance and Impact. I wrote this book because effective leadership starts with a leader. You've got to lead yourself first. In addition, I'm telling stories and vignettes from my life, what I've learned from childhood, from education, and when I was active duty in the Army as an officer and psychologist, and many other stops along the way. And how this will benefit you, it's going to inspire you to take a look at your life, your experiences. What have you learned? What have you gained? And what is there for you to share with other people? That's the way. And so I hope you'll get a copy. I have plenty of them with me today. You can do that. Just remember, you are here for a reason and for a purpose. You have talents and gifts to share with the world. Read the book, take your own journey, and see what God has given you. Also, today, even the tough things, it's all there to benefit you and to grow and use it to take your next step. So hey, you can play.
Ooh, I love that. Ooh. Set my foot. All right, bro. Just published in February. But to really get me, you have to see me. About the book. So I'll give you a piece of the book. The poem once is to be heard, but a day to listen. Pay more than usual attention to the intervention that can help you to adolescence. You see, some of our teenagers have gone astray. Internally, they feel a certain way. Ernestine said that acts still teach adolescents. Bullying gives you the person's view that's less desirable, a powerless individual. Teens succumb to sex, drugs, and drinking, giving way to suicidal thinking, and that's just the beginning. Rap lyrics are winning. Clip in the nine, gotta get mine, or placing real dreams into dreams of selling drugs, being put on the street life at 13, not sure if you lived until the age of 14. And parents, some parents ain't even parenting because they too are still children. So I dare you to listen to the boys that buy pants that don't fit so that they can fit in. To the children who have the delusion that it's cute to wear high heels, tight jeans, and makeup. Little girls are envy adult women, and they're estimating the power of flirtation. In the meantime, you have grown men that want to fulfill these desires. When these desires become fertile, it gives birth to sin. But we can still teach our children, even when they're not listening, hoping one day they will remember, instilling them self-esteem, morality, and life's realities. Teach them spirituality that can be passed on from generation to generation after generation. Again, I want to thank you all for coming, because the only thing that a poem wants is to be heard. But I dare you to listen. Man, that was beautiful. Still teach you how to be a poem. That's deep.
That is deep. I like that. What gave you the encouragement?
A lot of my material is not based on politics or religion, because those are touchy subjects. I write all of it. We could discuss. I want to write and perform to give you something to think about after you leave.
building